Hey everybody, just a quick message from Bonkers Network. We would like to remind everybody that certain topics of discussion may not be comfortable for all listeners. Certain viewpoints may not reflect those of our partners, sponsors, affiliates, our hosts, or that of our guests. We would like to encourage everybody to keep a respectful and open climate of discussion for all topics, no matter how disturbing they may be. So viewer discretion is advised.
So well. But listen, things are chaotic in the world. So yes, we'd like to get a little goofy from time to time. But strange shit is happening. Things that are supposed to have such minuscule odds. Minuscule odds. You would have better odds in playing the lottery ticket and winning 10 times over than the odds of certain paranormal events taking place. Yet these things are happening, and they are happening more. So we need to have a discussion. We need to have an unfiltered, unbiased discussion and get as many people involved to realize, hey, something big is about to happen. And yes, the world is chaotic. We know. Again, that's why we act like total idiots. That's why we aren't afraid to show our true colors. But at the end of the day, you can't argue that perhaps we're on the verge of some of the greatest discoveries mankind has ever experienced.
And that is why we bring you the Bald and Bonkers Show.
Baby, you can get on my boat and make it rock, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dakota, that's Chris, and we have Sherry on with us today. And what can I say? That was an interesting show yesterday, and you're already starting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're agreeing.
That was an interesting show last night, and it was an amazing show last night. I know, I'm being like a teenage girl again. I'm sorry. But honestly, that was brilliant. And after the show, we had a really good discussion before and after that. I'd just like to say to Dave Schrader, thank you for coming on, because that was awesome. You know.
Because he did join one of the groups that the show does broadcast out to. Yes. So, Dave, thank you again. You certainly gave us a lot to think about. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, he got quite deep, didn't he, at some points, and that really fascinating guy. Really fascinating.
Yeah, I liked when he started talking about his emotional kind of like his depression and stuff like that. But you notice that a lot of people in the paranormal and UFO field, they suffer from a lot of like depression problems.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And it's amazing. It just shows you where he's came from. I mean, he's worked through that really hard, and look where he is now. He's a presenter on TV, and you know, absolutely amazing. Look where you're, Sherry. Look where Dakota is. You know, we're getting out there into the void.
Exactly. We've got psychological problems. Well, I definitely have, but it doesn't stop me being who I am. And stuff. If anything, it makes me more in tune with who I am, to be honest.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And you know, it was good last night. We'll get Mike, the naked Bigfoot, to meet Dave.
Oh, his face, bless him.
Oh yeah, Mike. God, I have never seen Mike get that excited. It was hard to try to close the show seeing that.
It was
no hate on Mike, just but.
It was like a little kid seeing his idol for the first time. It's just it was just so taken by it, and every time he said something to him, it just like
it was
just so cute.
It was like after it was awfully emotional afterwards.
Oh yeah, I
bet. I think we managed to knock something off his bucket list for him, something that he's wanted for a very, very long time. Oh, who's in the chat there? Somebody called Bonkers. Chris, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, just some idiot.
We've got Miss Dobby. Hello, Dobby sis.
Hello, Dobby! You know, Dobby's sock, you know. A Harry Potter thing there, Dakota. Dakota is too young to remember Harry Potter, didn't you?
It's not that I'm too young to remember it. It's just that my cousins would not stop watching it when I would babysit them, and I was like, oh, fuck
Oh,
off.
come on, everybody likes Harry Potter. Everybody
It
likes Harry
sucks
Potter.
balls.
That's everybody. Do not listen to him.
Which reminds me, Mike, you owe us one left testicle.
Yes, Mike. We'll take it in a jar, but you don't need to give it to us now.
We'll take it and donate it to the Haunted Museum.
Yes. We'll donate it to Zach Beggins, and he can put it in the museum, and people can pay like $100 to come in and see the haunted ball. What?
All jokes. There's a reason why we had to start putting a warning label on our shows.
Yeah. You know. So tonight, Dakota, what are we discussing tonight? Some strange things are happening, especially on tomorrow's the 4th of July. Great day for some, not a very nice day for the United Kingdom.
I was about to say, why did she... Okay, first off, Chris, we got to talk about something that you shared with me. And first of all, I was shocked to hear that the UK actually celebrates the 4th of July. From what I read up, apparently it's like parents celebrating getting rid of the annoying teenager that was a hard ass on them. But didn't you say that you were talking to some younger guy who thought that the 4th of July had something to do with the Vietnam War? Yeah.
It was a friend. It was a friend of a friend. It was on Facebook, and God, we get into the conversation about it, and he's like, he's like, and I says, you do know what the 4th of July stands for, don't you? And he's like, yeah, the end of the Vietnam War. And I'm like, no. And this guy's an American. So I'm very sorry to say.
Wait, he was American?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I think he was from New York State.
That's even worse.
I know. And I thought to myself, my God, your education system must be shit.
How old was he? I had to ask, how old was he?
22 or something like that.
Oh, okay. My younger sister is 20. We're in Idaho, so we're in one of the worst states when it comes to the education system. Her graduating class, granted, it was in the middle of the pandemic. She's a quarantine graduate. Had the pandemic not happened, 60% of her class would not have graduated. And it is going even more downhill.
That is. I mean, it was quite interesting. Dobie sent me a thing the other day there, and I found it very entertaining. It was, I'll not say exactly what it was. It was a guy, Dobie, I'll fill it in. I'll just do the quick version. People went to McDonald's drive-through, and something came to like 75p or something like 85p. And you know how you do that, right? You give somebody if say something comes to like 80 pence, right? And you give them like 20 pence, so they give you back like £1. You know how, or like $1. You know what?
Oh God. Okay, I see where you're going now.
Right? They refused to do it with the pound because they said they can't do that. Because the young person didn't realise it makes £1. It's the world's mad. The world's went mad.
Yeah, this is about the same face I learned when some of my sister's friends didn't know how to count change.
Yeah, young people don't know how to count change. I mean,
that was one of the first things I learned because I wanted to earn money to buy my own shit, so my mom couldn't do anything to take it away. That was my motivation.
Yeah, Sherry, I bet you counted all your pennies and you went to the shop to get your sweets and stuff like that.
Well, I'm dyslexic. So for me, for a long time, numbers and stuff I found very difficult to work with. But I did very much try to add up and take away, and that I did like to try and keep an eye on my money. Obviously, as I've gone through the years, I've got better at doing my money, and I do like to count my money and know what I've got and things like that. Yeah, very much so. I think it's very important.
Yeah, that is. I just noticed Dakota's put a link up there, fundraiser for Chris Fleming.
Chris Fleming.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, he's not very well. He's got like a trapped nerve and you know more about it, Dakota. What's actually wrong with him?
The short version is that he does have a trapped nerve that is causing a lot of issues, and because Dave Schrader was so kind to offer up a few minutes of his time to talk, to help out one of our friends, we thought we at least return the favor. I already pitched into money, and I put the link up on the screen because there's a couple of our video channels that don't get to see the chat messages. Yeah. So if you can, send some money his way. You know, let's make some good happen in this field. There's not enough of that.
Where else can people find that link if they're listening to the podcast? Will it be in the podcast?
I'll try to add it later, but
yeah. I just thought
I already had
the
show.
Somebody, secret millionaire out there that wants to.
You could put the links onto the group chats.
Oh, yeah.
I'll post it out on Twitter after. If you listen to this in the podcast, anybody's listening to this, go to the Bald and Bonkers Network on Twitter, and you will see the links for Chris Fleming. It is a terrible thing. What's wrong with him? Can you imagine how painful that is? A trapped nerve in his back, causing major migraines. Well, hopefully and pray that he gets through this.
Yeah. I had an uncle who had a very similar situation. He had to go in for surgery. Yeah, I'm seeing it, Sherry.
Yeah.
Basically, because the man did like to work with the power tools and did have small children, and his hands were starting to... He was starting to lose control of his hands, so that's why he had to get surgery. So,
what's that there in the chat there? Raymond G. Newsroom. So CERN is firing up the collider again, and
they're getting ready to...
You wake up one morning with the Mandela effect, and you'll have a full head of hair, and everybody will remember that you had a head of hair.
All right, so... Being that it is 4th of July, we do have a strong focus in UFOs because, let's face it, there's a lot more attention on the UFO phenomenon nowadays. Damn it, Dave. Anyway. Anyway, so I got to thinking, why not talk about the film Independence Day? Because it is said that a majority of ETs shown in pop culture are actually based on real life species that are out there.
Yep.
The Will Smith movie, and this is hence the joke on TikTok about Chris potentially getting slapped, is no exception. It's actually a species that our friend Elena Denon had in her book, A Gift to the Stars.
Yep.
And they are freaky looking.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you met that in a spaceship? You're abducted, and that came out.
They're said to be some of the most ferocious warriors.
Some of the visions I get are bad enough, let alone seeing something like that.
Well, seemingly they're meant to be ferocious. And
anyway,
I think a lot of other...
Are they a bit like the Alien and Predator sort of things?
No, they're out there too. But basically, the Nomopo or the Nigamuk, they come out of the Scorpion system. They're not on either side of this, humans versus reptilians galactic space war going on.
Yeah.
They scare the shit out of everybody. And they're also apparently masters at mind control.
Yeah.
And that apparently... they have abducted some humans to use as sleeper agents to be awakened at a later date.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
You don't know. Attack infrastructures. You don't know.
Who knows? Maybe that's why the world seems to be going insane lately. And as
we
far as CERN, who knows?
Good to remember, and obviously, on Independence Day, the extraterrestrials that you just showed, they could control people using their mind. And I actually had that up there for Raymond G. If you wake up here, what is that? If you wake up here and you are changing...
Are you changing the name to Harry and Scary?
There you go. I'll be scary. You can be hairy.
Is that a Bigfoot joke?
I don't know.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Where's Mike the Naked Bigfoot? Where are you, Mike?
Oh, Mike, I thought you would be trying to come up on this, still gloating about meeting Dave Schrader, man.
I know. He's probably been marching around about his house and all that. So I've met Dave Schrader. I know I was today.
Well, I went out for a
You have
celebratory
that
dinner.
with certain people, don't you? Especially if they're like big idols of yours. Like I remember when I had Barry Fitzgerald on mine, and I was flapping around, and the next day, like just smiling the whole day.
Oh yeah.
Like,
What about Zach Bagans?
Isn't it?
Sherry, what about Zach Bagans? Would you like
But
to
to be
meet
quite
Zach
honest,
Bagans?
I don't mind Zach Bagans, but he's not my favourite. My favourite out of Ghost Adventures was Nick Goff. That's why when I see that video, I went ape with that.
We'll need to arrange it. We'll need to arrange a meeting in the night.
Jerry, that is not what you told me. That is not what you told me.
I like Zach Bagans. I'm not saying I don't like him, but I prefer Nick. I think Nick is more down to earth. I think Nick is more of the real deal. I
bet you would like a private tour of the Haunted Museum, you know? What?
Not with Zach. If Nick was there, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
God, I can't help myself.
I would have both of them, obviously, but what I'm not saying I don't like Zach. I do. I think he's okay.
Yeah.
But I prefer Nick.
Well, there you go, Nick. If you're listening, Sherry wants to meet you, so please come in on our show, and we'll arrange it.
Nick, how about Nick actually answers his fucking emails? Damn it!
Answer them, man. Answer them. You get to speak to.
We'll make sure she's. Wait, no, let's not say that after some of the things Sherry was talking about.
We'll keep that. We'll keep that for this.
It behaved.
Yeah. Behave.
There's guys that watch this, especially my fella.
Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, we're talking about Independence Day. I mean, what do you think it'll actually be like when the aliens do turn up? Obviously, the government will try and turn them against us, you know.
Allegedly, we have 2 days to find that out.
Yeah.
So when they turn CERN on, there's allegedly... Now, this is coming from one of those alleged time travelers, but apparently July 5th, there's supposed to be a mass sighting off the southern coast of Alaska.
They're coming for you, Sherry.
To be quite honest, I'm not actually scared about them coming for me. I actually would not be scared if they landed it. I think it's pretty cool because I would actually want to... What I experience and go through every day when I communicate with them, I would love to see that up close, like in person without being snatched. You know what I mean? I'd like to just see it as an everyday human person walking out of their house with something landing, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? I go to leave the house after an incident. I see them leaving.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, though. I see them and I experience them, but, you know, like seeing it from a normal point of view, not where we're abducted or we're like there.
No. I mean,
normal.
I was like, I work night shift. I usually head into my civilian job at about midnight my time. You know, it's fairly nice. So I'm looking at the stars. All of a sudden, there's craft right above me.
Yeah.
Just the other day, once again, referring to Will Smith movie, we got to find out what his obsession with aliens is. For those of you who've seen Men in Black 2, when Rosario Dawson's character is getting lifted up into the sky, I saw a similar-looking tractor beam, for lack of a better word, getting pulled away from my house.
Yeah.
I was fully awake, getting ready to drive to work. And I'm just like, that's new.
Yeah, they are quite close in that, but I mean, like, land, like, right in front of me. And instead of it being us being abducted, we actually get to physically just go in there to look round and know what we've got. And make more of an understanding of what we see every day. Because it'll be more up close and it won't be little jolts of things that they want to remember.
But this is what I fear, Sherry, right? See the good ones, and we know a lot of them are good. They come to the earth to save us, right? But then the governments of the world shoot at them.
Yeah, that's the only thing that scares me. Them coming does not scare me. What scares me is how our governments and people are going to react towards them and how they're going to be treated by them. That's what scares me, because they're another being. They have the right to be able to show themselves, in my opinion. So,
have you got that picture there, Dakota, of the ship that you got?
Well, not the latest one I showed you, but one of the ones I did share in the group chat.
Yeah.
This was actually caught outside my front door literally 2 nights ago. Now, it's hard to see.
That bright light.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah.
No enhancements. There's something blocking out the rest of the sky in that, around that bright one in the middle there.
That looks like a shape. Like that thing in the corner, it looks like there is an outline of like a machine.
I was like, the other stuff in the sky, those I can tell you are stars, but I could not find anything on record, no flights, no satellites, to explain what was that center dot. And just before I was able to take that picture, I watched it fly and park itself right there as I was playing the CE5 tones.
That's nuts.
And what I found out is Dakota sent me the image and I enlarged it. And then I changed all the different colours and heat signatures and stuff like that. And it's weird. It looks like it's got like engines at the top, and it's actually moving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it's got like a shape.
Yeah.
Like there's something behind the light that you can't really see it very much unless you really go into it, but you can see it there.
Yeah,
the sightings have been quite. The sightings round about the world now for UFOs is off the scale.
I had it when I was in Texas that time with Rudy. We was just sat in the garden having a cigarette, and we was just sitting there. And we both looked up and we could see this one light thing moving, and then 3 or 4 other ones turned up and they all started going into a weird shape and moving about.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me talk to him and that. And I started speaking in their tongue, and he's sitting there and whatever. And I asked it to flash, and it started flashing. And that's when he caught it on the camera. He actually recorded this thing communicating when I was asking it to flash. It would flash.
Will take a screenshot of this and send it to Dakota. Enlarged right up, and you'll see what I mean. Take a screenshot, and speak to Surrey. Right, I'm just going to send this to Dakota the now, and you'll see what I mean. This is really freaky. It's a good catch, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
You'll see that above it, there's what looks like stars, but some of them aren't actually stars. Some of them look like they've got 2 parts to them.
I don't know if that is just from like a slight camera shake for me trying to focus in on the image, but needless to say, that one in the middle, there's something else to it.
I'll see if you can upload it, but that's what it looks like.
Just give me a sec.
You know,
I bounced through my phone because of the signal.
Yeah.
The truth is there are some really, really phenomenal sightings and that. Like I was watching a program the other day on one of the networks, and there's this woman that has regular communication with UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has them turn up just randomly when she's been out in places. She's got some really, really cool picture and video evidence of these crafts. I was pretty impressed when I see it. I thought, wow, like Dakota and Chris would love that.
Oh yeah.
I was going to see if I can talk to her and see if I could get her to come up on one of my shows or something.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Oh yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. I'm shocked we managed to get some of our guests.
I've met a few guys within the network that are actually starseeds. They're actually starseeds. They have encounters with extraterrestrial and that, and they're from a couple of different planets to what we're from, but they are really interesting. Yeah. We just clicked straight away. I started talking in their room, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're like us," and I'm like, "Yeah." And
there's a lot of starseeds, I think, right now on Earth.
This guy's really into it. He knows his stuff.
I've had 10 women approach me, asking questions, thinking that they've had some sort of interaction, for lack of a better word. And they go to start telling me the stories, and all of a sudden you can literally feel just the energy in the room getting charged up. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you may have seen something. And nevertheless, and all of them, they know my story, and all of them had the same thing happen, which makes me feel like I'm in a horror movie some days. They said, I got to talk to Dakota about this.
Yeah. It's like Smith Family Paranormal say they like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's what mountains is that? Table Mountain he goes to in the film. To contact.
Yeah.
It's Table Mountain, isn't it?
You got to remember, Dr. Hynek, who was the main force behind Project Blue Book for the U.S. government, was in that film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's also where a lot of it comes from, that a lot of these species were based on real extraterrestrials.
Yeah,
so here's an enhanced... I actually had the enhancement I did on that photo earlier focusing on the craft.
Look at that.
That's
the weirdest.
And we'll go ahead and just bounce over to Chris's real quick.
I changed obviously the heat.
I mean,
and you can most definitely not turn around and say that is a weather balloon or anything, guys, so do not try it. You can tell that this is most definitely random and not of something that can be explained.
Because, we'll go to use an argument that was brought up a couple of times on last few episodes that we had on here. They say if these things are in fact happening, everybody has some sort of camera on them nowadays that has impeccable quality. How the heck are we not seeing more photos? It was like, well, they got lucky that thing stayed parked. I've had an incident where there was a craft really low. It was octagonal in shape, bright orange color. I was just driving down the road coming from a family member's house. The second I realized, oh shit, that's something, go to stop the car, that thing was gone.
Yeah,
I got lucky.
Go quick.
You get lucky on that one. It's like the one
not
that
always easy to catch them.
Yeah, it's like the one that I seen that I taken a couple of years ago, which was showed on here. I didn't have an iPhone, I had a different phone, but it was still a really good camera that was in it. And I could see it with my eyes, but it wasn't showing up on the camera. But I could see it with my eyes. And
I think that they're aware when you're actually looking for them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you was to just set up a random camera and just leave it there, which is what I like to do when I'm doing it. If I go to bed at night and that sometimes, like I started doing that, I hadn't done it for a while, I just put a camera in my window on a tripod and just leave it sitting there overnight. And if I catch anything, I catch something, that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just do it off randomly because I think that they do pick up when you're going out and looking for it, just like spirits do. You know what I mean? And they're like, we know what they're like up to. You make it more so that they don't click onto it. Like, oh, I'm going to go out and try and find an alien tonight. Like, just don't talk about it. Just, like, set it up and just see what happens. That's what I do.
I think they're more than likely to show themselves if you go out and promise not to film it.
Yeah, but the thing is we want to film it because we want to be able to prove that they exist. They want us to do this work. They want us to show that they're real. Then let us film you for 2 seconds so that people can see. That's all we're asking. We're not asking them to give their whole life to us. We're asking them to just give that little bit of evidence so that people can shut up and say it's real.
Yeah.
Can't have it both ways. They can't stay secret and want to be known. They've got to choose.
So can I ask you something, Dakota? Did anything else weird happen around you? You told me there was like stuff that was happening round about. It was a car accident or something, or...
I have even more photos that I still need to look through. But I was doing another CE5 session, and I took a picture towards my neighbor's house, and all of a sudden you see this large, and it would look bigger than the house, large triangle up just sitting there. Mm-hmm. And earlier that day, what the situation what Chris was talking about is that I went out to go light fireworks at a family member's house. Was gone for a few hours. As we were leaving, we saw that police were starting to block off a road because it looked like it was a pretty nasty accident. A couple hours later, we come back driving around that same road. They were still on scene. Right in that same direction of where I shot that photo. And like I said, and I'll admit, and Dave Schrader made a remark when it came to the K2 that the odds of some of the stories I could tell on here I need to try playing the lotto more because the odds of I need to start playing. The lotto's supposed to be easier than half the crap that's been going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know if it's just some correlation, but I thought it was awfully weird that that formation was right there where that accident happened. And I'm just like, is it coincidence or were they checking something out? Because there would be a point where I was sitting out, and all of a sudden I see what looked like bright flashes of light pop on the ground. For lack of a better word, it looked like something beamed down out of Star Trek for half a second.
There is a thought. There's a question in the chat from the Smith family saying about why is it that every species on Star Trek all look humanoid?
Because that's all they could afford, the CGI.
Yeah.
And there are several humanoid-looking species out there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of humanoid-looking species out there. You notice in Star Trek, you never really get the greys.
Yeah, no, they're
except for one episode.
Human-looking, or like your usual green or whatever alien, isn't it? Normally.
There was one episode, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. There was one episode where it only happened once, and it was Janeway, Star Trek Voyager. You know how they were, well, I don't know if you know this, but they were put into the Delta Zone, and they found this planet, and they found all these people in storage, and they were frozen, and one of them was Amelia Earhart that disappeared, and there was a few other people that disappeared, famous people that disappeared, and the aliens were gone. They don't know where they were, but there was images of them, and they were greys. So it just shows you. Very good, Dakota. There's a wee bit of my Star Trek.
But I think a lot of the films and stuff that people make today, like the films and that have been made out, are based on true facts and things that people have experienced. They just don't like to say it. You know, because some of these things, like Dakota said earlier, are very close to some of the species that we see, like for ourselves, like I've seen in these films. So it does make you think how many of them are actually experiencers, and I've not said that they're experiencers. Like, how do they get this sort of acknowledgement?
I think it's something. I think it's deliberately. I think it's soft disclosure. Do you know that? And it happens over the years. It's happened over the past 50, 60 years. It's like soft disclosure. You think about it in TV now. There's alien stuff. There's an advert on TV right now for a car, and it's aliens that's driving it. It's like soft disclosure. You look at candies, kids' candies, and cereal snacks. It's alien stuff. It's like soft disclosure. It's getting you ready. I think for the. You think about it. If an alien ship landed and these crazy creatures come out, it is going to cause panic. Dakota, what's your thoughts?
You have to realize just how easy it is to trick the human mind.
Oh, yeah.
First off, everything you're talking about, soft disclosure, it's just a fancy name people are trying to slap onto something that's called marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing. Yeah, I know that.
It's priming. It's psychology 101.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. You have to realize we have this concept of mask memories where either the experience was too traumatic for the person to remember, or something deliberately went in and altered the details, altered recollection of what actually happened to protect either the person or the entities involved.
Yeah.
How do we know that some of these ET movies is or any film that deals with deep spirituality, that deals with a lot of esoteric topics, who's to say that technically how it got left in their mind is that they just had to happen a random idea one day and ran with it. Mm-hmm. And it just plays out into what you're calling soft disclosure.
Yeah. Because, you know something, I don't know why this has popped into my head, and I don't know why this has popped into my head, and it's popped into my head right now, right? I don't know why I started thinking about this. You remember you were telling me about having dreams of cartoons. What's the story behind that again? Because that's happened to me a few times. What's the story behind that?
I don't really remember a lot of detail. It's just that for some reason there were some nights where the dreams would start playing out. It looked like I was dropped in the middle of a cartoon world. Then we had what was his name? Birmingham UFO Group.
Yes.
The CEO from there. He came on and said that some of these mask memories may have been masked as children's cartoons, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, like a cover up.
It was weird that because it popped into my head there because I don't know. Exactly. I don't know what it was because it's happened to me a few times. See, when I was younger, when I was maybe about 6 or 7.
Like it's a memory that's scary that they do it into a cartoon sort of way to try and make it less scary for the person to see. They're like trying to show you something, but they're trying not to do it in a way that's going to scare you. So they show it in a cartoon way to make it a bit easier. Because we would look at cartoons as being funny, wouldn't we? And exciting. So why would they not do that if it's going to make it easier to communicate?
Yeah, it's like false memories.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like screen memory, isn't it? Screen memory and all of that changing something from what it really is and making it into something else. That is what it is, screen memory.
It's like they give you a memory, a place you've never been but you know exists.
Mm-hmm.
Which I find strange because I had one a couple of nights ago at this place. And this place exists, but I've never been there. And I mean, I went online and looked at it. And it was exactly the same, but I've never been there.
Wait a minute.
Which was strange. Which was very strange.
It's funny you bring that up because my mother actually planned a whole vacation to a spot called Kettle Falls in Washington State because of a dream she had. Now, she'd never been to it. She'd never heard of it. The name sounded familiar to me for some reason. I initially thought it may have been on one of the crime time shows that we tend to watch a lot of, but I couldn't find any episodes of it. So this is part of the part that's been confusing. I'm looking through all this, and I'm having to backtrack because it's triggering. Like, wait a sec, this happened. That sounds like this.
Yeah, I mean, some people will say, right, maybe that's you reliving your past life, right? Maybe you were from the same area and you've been there, but no. I had a dream that I was in this location the other night, and there was modern cars sitting about. So there were cars that were same era as I'm in right now. But I know for a fact I've never been to that place. And it was so strange. It was, I'll tell you exactly where it was. It was Loch Ness, right? It was Loch Ness. You know how I've been at Loch Ness, but I've never, ever been to the castle that sits in Loch Ness.
God Castle, yeah.
Right. Never been there. I've been around Loch Ness, but I've never been to the castle. And I was walking about, looking about. I was walking about, looking in all the rooms. I've never been there. Right. I've never really watched any programs about it. So I went and looked, and everything was exactly the same as I can remember. Everything, which is very strange. Maybe it's something I might experience. Maybe it was a time slip. I don't know.
Or what if? This is just a thought. They say that situations like ours, because I've heard people make a comment how you and I seem to never met in person, yet we're practically like brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got to thinking about my trip to Loch Ness because that was one of the spots we went was Urquhart Castle, which I was excited because they say for some odd reason that's where the Loch Ness monster likes to hang out the most.
Yes, meant to die for a bit.
And I was trying to find a high ground to get a better look into the water because I figured that would be my best shot at seeing something.
Well, in my dream, I was walking about. And it's weird to say that because I felt taller than what I was. And I was walking about and I was getting like higher up, higher up, and higher up, and higher up. To the base of you know how the ruins are at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up. And I actually went online and you can actually do like a virtual tour round about it.
They were doing
exactly the
remodels
same.
at the time I was there, so I couldn't get physically into the castle grounds where they had that tower. But
Yeah. So it makes you wonder: was I seeing it through your memories, or was I seeing something that I will do in the future?
Or something.
no, we're not summoning a succubus.
Oh my God! What is that?
Oh my God!
Gentlemen, is this the episode where we summon a succubus?
Someone just let that on Twitch.
We don't do things like summons in succubus and...
You don't want to
Oh
summon
my!
a succubus. Why would you
Don't want that. I dated one. You don't want it.
Mm.
He
When
was an
will
Indian.
that? What's that? He says in another message. When will that happen? Why don't we?
Who said we were going to do it in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Some people nowadays, honestly, that's
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, in personal and in theory, none of us can really tell you when something's
No.
going to happen. It happens when they want it to happen, isn't it? So it's all a waiting game.
First off, I was also joking and calling my ex-girlfriend a succubus, dude. He goes, tell me about the date. That's what I was...
Oh
Wow.
my God. Wow.
And how is he getting away with
Really?
saying this on Twitch?
I know.
How can people believe that you're dating a succubus? Really?
No,
No, that was me being an asshole to an ex that cheated.
I think you guys are able to summon.
Okay.
I think you might be something you don't want in the room.
Yeah, I think it's time you left, my little friend.
To get rid mods.
Mods.
Yeah, that's the
Where are
problem.
you, mods?
He's on Twitch.
Oh, he's on
I
Twitch.
see.
Okay.
You guys, everybody. I can't see it, so we're the only ones that can see it through Twitch.
Yeah, that he looks like one of them as well. He's just coming in here to get a reaction. And it sounds like somebody that was under my profile the other day that was acting like something he shouldn't be.
Yeah, unfortunately, Twitch doesn't allow that through StreamYard.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, oh well.
Oh well. Nobody else can see it anyway. We've blocked it now anyway, so nobody can see it. So there you go.
Speak of the devil.
Hey, Ken.
How's it going, Ken? Anyway, I
Anyway.
told we were saying. Wow.
You get some strange people, don't you? Honestly, you do get some
Yeah,
people,
that's unfortunately a side
Sort of
effect.
people, it means you're not doing your thing right, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to be attracting all sorts of weirdos, especially if once
Yeah.
they hear about the affiliate program later.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So just take it however, you know what I mean? Like, I got really upset the other day when somebody come over and said some really disrespectful things to me under my thing, but I wasn't well that day because normally I just let it go. Just let it go for your head. Because if they're coming after things, they're doing something right. Doing something right.
There's Ken went and bought himself something. Ken.
A leather
Has went and
hardcover of the Satanic Bible for $400. What the hell?
Wow. I think you were robbed.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Was that Ken Allen?
That's
Yep.
Ken Allen, yeah.
I did
Ken
message you on your messenger under Sherry Brett, Ken, but I don't know if you realised it was me or not. I asked for an interview with you the other day.
Ugh.
Allen. That's...
Speaking of weirdos, Ken pops up.
Oh my God! Honestly, I do love a good laugh. Honestly, that's cheered me up the end. You know, I get Dave Schrader last night, and now I get a guy wanting a succubus.
Oh, look at that, Sherry. You got your answer. Yes, I want to be on with you.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right.
So there you go.
Wow.
So as we were saying, I've totally went off topic here, by the way.
Well, we already were derailed.
Saying it's the 4th of July, do you want to play some tones? Just not for long, for a minute. And if Sherry, if you feel like you're under, don't go under. Because I feel like something
Chris,
will
you're
happen.
telling me not to go under. When they're going to make me go under, that I've got no choice.
That's very true.
They just take me. They do not ask for my permission. They just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it feels more like they have a on and off switch with us.
They don't with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they constantly, they don't care. They'll just come. And I think it's because I'm always so easily open to people and to anything. I don't really care in that way, so that they do anyway. So
you need to visualize a door and lock that door so they can't come through like I do.
Well, I need some sort of new, a new version of this involving aliens. You know, ghost hunter, someone who gets excited when things get freaky.
What's this? Ghost hunter? What's that? I can't read that.
That's yeah. They'll probably pick the different design, but that's one of our new merch designs.
I get excited when things get freaky. Definitely.
We know.
Yes, and we'll be bringing out a special show with Sherry on it soon, but it'll be 21 rated.
Let's just say Sherry was excited to find out that we now can put our merch designs on G-strings.
Yeah. Dear God, help us all.
Say no more.
Don't be telling Ken that.
I do
Ken
not want a
excited.
whole page full of men going nuts over things. So shh.
Don't be telling Ken in the chat. He'll be getting awfully excited here. You know. Especially wait to Mike the Naked Bigfoot sees that.
Oh
damn! Right then, there'll be no secret if Mike gets.
There you go.
It.
Ken wants one. Well, give him the link for the shop, and you can model it for Dakota.
It's bald and bonkers.
To model your clothing. Seriously, have you seen how short some of it is?
No, I said Ken can model it for Dakota.
What you're going to see?
Yeah.
Standing in little dresses.
He's out of Florida. There's a lot weirder stuff.
They're into that kind of thing there. They're into that kind of stuff in Florida.
They're into worse. In Florida, you have to worry about someone throwing an alligator through a drive-through window.
Yeah.
That actually happens down there.
Oh my God! See what was started in the chat with Ken. Look at him. Honestly,
we got him riled up.
We need to get Ken and Dakota and send them on a mission to find Bigfoot in the woods in a tent. I think it'd be a great documentary.
Chris, why am I the one that has to do the dirty work?
Because I'm the one.
I'm the big kahuna here. You do it.
That's right. I'm the one that plans stuff, and I'm the one that stays at base camp in the RV, keeping Sherry safe.
I wouldn't know half the shit you know if it wasn't for me.
I know. But anyway, we're talking about. Well, Christ, I'm totally off the stone now after that guy wanted a succubus. There you go,
yeah,
Ken. There's somebody in there wants a succubus. You go and speak to him.
Go ahead over to the Bald and Bonkers Twitter. We can go. Oh, good dear God! I just sort of read Ken's messages. Ken, I'm not into that horny stuff. Wait.
Honestly, I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know if we should play the tones now. We might have some of those tentacles I showed earlier playing with us too much.
Well, come on, we've not got long of the show left, so come on.
We're fine.
I always visualise a door, and that's how I stop them from coming through. I visualise a door and I lock the door. But sometimes the door gets, oh my God, there's somebody going on about tentacles. Yeah, well, Ken's your man.
Same guy.
Yeah. Hear the tones. Just think of all the UFOs that will be in the sky tomorrow, thinking to themselves, who's firing those rockets at us? I bet they think that. Yes, the tones. Anyone listen to this on the podcast side, and on the repeat, this is the CE5 tones. Oh, the tones do a lot of things. Reading the chat. I can't hear the tones. Can you get the tones turned up there, Dakota? Can you hear them, Sherry? Is Sherry froze? Oh no, she's there. For a second there, I thought she'd froze. If anyone experiences anything or sees anything, write it in the chat, please. I can't hear the tones.
It stopped.
Yeah.
1 minute it was there, then it's gone.
Do you want me to play the tones?
It just seems that the sound's going in and out with Dakota. 1 minute it's there, then it's not.
I think Dakota's in a trance. Is Dakota in a trance? Yeah.
It's in something. I feel like I was taken as well a little bit, but then the sound stopped. It just seems like he's focused on something.
There's a message for Ken, Sherry. He wants to get his co-host on with you.
What, him and Mistress B?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to have both of them.
Do you want me to play the tones? Because it's breaking up awful for you, Dakota. If anyone experiences anything, write it in the chat. Dakota, what are you feeling right now? That's unusual. What are you seeing, Dakota? Sherry, what did you feel?
I'm seeing a triangle. Seeing a triangle with a star above it. It's in a purple sky.
Is there anyone standing next to you, or do you feel any presence?
There is me, there is my energy that is always with me. And there is a new energy that I've not seen before, very small. Very pale skin looking, doesn't look like it's negative. For some reason it's got a lot of emotion and feeling to it, so it's something that uses emotion as a way of communicating. This triangle's spinning in the sky, and this energy, this little energy that's over here, seems to be focused on it. It's like this triangle's giving out something. It's like they're in a sort of trance state.
Can you ask them who they are?
Can you show me who you are? Eclectic Beings 157.
I don't know if anyone heard that there. That was 57.
I can't make out what they're saying. Certain
There was
of
a voice.
Tladalians or Tradalians or something like that. They've got a weird name.
Yeah, there was a voice at 57 exactly into the live. Came through.
Trinidadians, 157 star site.
It's the Chichilians.
It's something like that. I can't completely understand what they're saying. It's Tradalian or Tradalian or something.
Chichilian.
Tradalian or something.
Dakota, what are you feeling right now? I think Dakota Sherry, she's away. Sherry, can you try talking to him?
Dakota. Can you hear my voice? Come forward to my voice, Dakota. Sirion is talking to you. Can you tell me where you are? What are you seeing? Dakota. Listen to my voice, Dakota. Come forward.
Podcast side.
Come to
Watch
the light.
the video.
Dakota. What do you see?
I keep hearing a few EVPs. I don't know if anybody in the chat can hear them.
He's in a place. I can feel it around
Yeah.
him. I can see something around him. He's in a very bright light. It's like a purple bright light. He's got beings or something around him.
He's no here. Well,
No, he's up
he's
there with
here, but he's
the
yeah.
Stay grounded.
I think you should turn off the tones, Dakota, and come out in there. Yeah.
Turn off the tones. Bring Dakota back. Nashkani.
I think he's experiencing something. For him, Sherry, it's like maybe hours are going past, but for us, it's only minutes.
Turn off the tones.
Well, he's gone.
Dakota. Move your hand. Turn the tones off.
No, that's that. He's coming out now. Can anyone in the chat feel anything?
Dakota. Dakota. One, 2, 3. Dakota, come out. You okay?
Dakota, come out. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Come forward.
I can still hear you.
Come back to the room, Dakota, so the guys can see that you're okay. Come back to the room.
Dakota.
Sometimes when he's going forward and he's communicating, guys, sometimes we can go quite deep into what we're doing, and sometimes it takes a little while for us to come back out. Normally it's on the other foot, and it's normally Dakota trying to get me out, but now I'm doing the same back, vice reverse. We have to look after each other, especially when we're doing this sort of thing.
Turn
Dakota.
off the sounds, Dakota.
Remove the sounds, because they're keeping you where you don't need to be. You need to remove the sound. The higher divine power, I see you behind him. Help him to remove
It's no evil.
where he is.
With him, it's no evil.
No, it's not.
It's just got a hold of him.
It's showing him deeper. They're
He's
showing
coming
him
out now.
that he does need to. He's coming out.
Nah, I can see him moving his arms.
If you can hear my voice, Dakota, put your hand up.
Here.
Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah, he's back. He's here. Yeah, I think he's drawn.
Drawn.
I do a lot of this as well. Like I'll sometimes, like when I'm communicating with them, I will turn the tones and stuff on, and I go into that trance where I'm able to see full images of things they're showing me, and I normally draw it all down on books. I've done spaceships and clothing and all sorts of things, which I've showed on the shows. But recently, I've not really been doing it because of where I've been unwell. I've not wanted to go too far in it. This is the first time they've actually tried to fully again.
What did you see, Dakota?
A new signal, more than likely.
Oh, my back. I got an awful sore back. I've got to keep adjusting my back every now and again. What did you draw? Show us.
It may not be something that everybody can see. It might be something that's only for certain eyes.
There was.
Well, he was away somewhere anyway. He was showing something.
Even though he's here, he's still partly there, I think. Like there's still something around him. Like they're going to want him to go back.
He'll be going there tonight. Guarantee it. See, there's someone with you too, Sherry.
Yeah. Yep. There's several. There's a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've all got a visit to go on tonight.
See Raymond G there. The energy, he can't even hold his phone right now.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's not just going to be affecting us guys here on the panel. It will affect you guys as well, especially if you're very spiritually open as well, definitely. You will feel something because the tones have that tendency to bring you in. Most
Take
definitely.
a drink, Dakota.
Yeah, have a drink or something. What you've got to remember is when you're communicating with the extraterrestrials, it's just as tiring as it would be speaking to a spirit. If anything, it's actually worse. So always make sure that you keep energized. You'll find that you'll like a lot of sugar when they try to communicate with you.
Dakota isn't here.
No, he's not. That's what I said. He
No.
might seem like he's here, but he's not. He's still there.
He's in the
Someone's
void.
still with him. And his eyes say it all. You okay, Dakota? It's him and things. I hear like a high pitched sound, like a very high pitched sound.
Yeah. Dakota, show us the picture you just drew, because I think it's going to help everybody.
I think it's secret. I don't think he's allowed to show it to everybody.
No, he can show it if he wants to show it. It's not that secret.
You know when you don't even bother to talk to us.
Staring competition, ladies and gentlemen. It's highly advised, Ken, that you don't come in right now. Because I think things are going to happen after the live. See, the door's been opened.
The door is always open.
Of course, the door's always open, but
it's how you choose to walk it and work with it. So how long have we been on?
We're on 1 hour, 11 minutes and 7 seconds. But Ken, you'll get a visitation soon enough. It just takes time. It's like everything. What are you feeling right now, Dakota?
I'm getting really annoyed with you.
Sherry?
Hmm.
Do you feel anything?
Just feel a very strong energy around him.
Oh, it's not just around him.
It's like there's just things that they're not wanting to be revealed on here. They want it out of the way from the camera, so whatever is drawn down on the book's not meant to be shown on it.
I think we should end the live.
That's what I was going to say to you.
Yeah.
Something just keeps telling me to end it. End the live.
I think we should end the live, Dakota. What do you think?
Hello, Scottish Outlooker.
Hey, Scottish Outlooker. Good to see you. Have a good night, everyone.
Somewhere else.
And have a great 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, and we'll see you then.
Alright. Come on!